Okay, this will be part 4 of the series. And before, I was going to get into the Messiah, son of Joseph, versus the Messiah, son of Judah, but let's leave that for now. And let's get into the evidence for Shiloh being the holy place in the Torah over the evidence for Jerusalem being the holy place in the Torah. Firstly, you should know the name Jerusalem never appears in the 5 books of Moses. It does appear in the book of Joshua. And the Jewish theory is that the word Jerusalem is a combination of Shalem, which was named by Shem, son of Noah, with the name Adonai Yireh, which Abraham named at Mount Moriah with his son Isaac. That is the theory. These, by the way, Shalem and Adonai Yireh are the only claims to Jerusalem in the 5 books of Moses. It never appears in any other place. So if we can prove this wrong, it's very easy to prove wrong. The name Jerusalem, Yud Resh Vav Shin Lamed Mem. It doesn't have an Aleph in the name Yireh, like mountain where the Lord is seen, Yud Resh Aleph. There's no Aleph in the name Jerusalem. So the theory that he combined the words Yirah with Shalem, and that's why it's Jerusalem, it's not spelled correctly. It should be spelled Yud Resh Aleph Shin Lamed Mem. Without the Aleph, it changes the meaning of the word Jerusalem completely, from mountain where the Lord is seen to mountain that shoots down peace, pretty much. The word Jerusalem means to shoot down peace, to shoot it down. Okay? So this is proof number 1 why Jerusalem is not a combination of the words Shalem and Yirah. That's proof number 1. Proof number 2 can be found in the book of Jasher, which I don't accept as the real book of Jasher. However, it is accepted in the Jewish community, so I'm kind of arguing against the Jewish community here. In the Jewish version of the book of Jasher, in chapter 30 and chapter 33, you can read that Luz, Shalem, is connected with Luz. You can read that in the book of Jasher, so that's proof number 2. Okay? But we don't even need to go to proof number 2, because proof number 1 is enough. The word Jerusalem is not a combination of the words Yirah and Shalem. So there's no need to go further than that, really. Jacob, the forefather of the nation of Israel, never came to Jerusalem. Only Abraham and Isaac. That's very strange. That's very strange. That's another good example. Abraham, the first place he came to when he entered the land was Shechem, east of Bethel and west of Ai. Remember that. He came back to that altar. He then came to Moriah, which I believe is Shiloh. I believe Mount Moriah, where he went, is Shiloh. Doesn't make sense with Jerusalem for the reasons we just went through. And then, of course, Jacob had his famous dream. Jacob had his famous dream at Bethel, which is Shiloh. And he came back to the land, bought the land, built a house in Sukkot, Genesis 35. And that's where he dwelt, in Shechem. Of course, the blessings and the curses, God didn't command us to make in Jerusalem, did he? He commanded us to make them in Shechem. So there's a reason for that. It's connected with the Garden of Eden. Jerusalem is not connected with the Garden of Eden. Lovely. So Jerusalem is proven wrong very quickly in the 5 books of Moses. Extremely quickly, without even much effort.